Hello, welcome to Dungeon Pop, and this is the show called Dungeon Sphere that we do every Wednesday night, except when we don't, because sometimes we have to take breaks because we are human. Welcome, hello, good day, good evening, depending on where you're at, because Meg's like, it's still light out over there. For me, it's like, it's just dark. I don't like it. Dark and cold. You know, it was -6 degrees this morning.
I think my phone said -12.
That's not okay.
-6.
It was probably like in the 40s today.
We had like -22.
Oh,
first woke up.
Yeah. Okay.
I see a -13 in the forecast. That's fun.
It's supposed to snow on Friday, like it snowed last week and the week before that. And the time they canceled work because it snowed.
It's like in the 50s here.
That's how much snow we get in New England.
Yeah. So anyway, if you are tuning in now or in the future, we're going to tell you about something really cool that's happening in approximately 5 days.
Don't remind me.
It's really exciting. Actually, let's change it up. Yuri, Wyatt, tell us about what's happening on Monday.
Well,
it's a new game
run by Melissa
for her DM competition from Wizards of the Coast. She placed 4th, but that was rude because she should have at least been in the top 3.
Yeah, can't stand that spaghetti man.
Being in the top 3 would have been terrible for me, you guys.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do this DM. You wouldn't be able to DM
they probably would have given me Spaghetti Monster to run. Oh. Because that's what it was. You ran somebody else's materials. That would have been terrible for me.
Sometimes you just have to swallow a spaghetti man.
No true words have ever been spoken. But yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a pop quiz. We're gonna do a pop quiz for Yuri and Wyatt.
Okay.
Right. Question number 1: what is the show name?
The Fountains of Vespasara. Or Vespasara. I always add in the extra Ria because no.
Super secret pop quiz. See if you guys know what language is. Vespasara is a word in a language. What language is that? What language is that?
Latin.
Oh, Finnish.
Yeah.
You told me that. Yeah, you told me that when you were like first submitting it.
Top secret question Wyatt knows the answer to. I don't know if that's fair.
Next
divination wizard.
Next pop quiz question. What are the names of the party members?
Ooh.
Caldwell. No, wait. Declan. I can't remember Declan's name. I keep calling him Caldwell. Declan, Error, Vanilli, Zenith, Glimmer, and Roswell.
Yeah.
There you go.
And where can people find previews of character art?
If you go to Twitter, it is. Let me see if I can remember @FO Vespasara on Twitter. Somebody will be gracious enough to put it in chat, probably me, at some point. Go follow us there. You'll get to see all of the wonderful character art designed and actually like drawn by one of the players, Patsy. They are amazing. I cannot stress enough how much we love them.
Patsy, whom I love so much.
The drawings are amazing. They're amazing.
Over on Twitter.
They're playing Error, which means you should definitely tune in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we premiere next Monday.
Error's got wings on his head.
January 31st at 7 p.m. right here on Dungeon Pop.
Is it him? Yeah.
Okay. I should know because I made the overlay. Wait, no, I didn't do the character pronouns.
By
Melissa,
the way,
random.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, random aside. I shared the character art with the Depop email, so you can put it on the overlay.
Oh yeah, I can do that now. Yeah, I'll definitely do that on Saturday before we.
Completely decide. Didn't need to really be said on air, but it's fine.
I would have forgotten. Yeah. So that'll be cool. I like the art. Also, Melissa, do your players know the name of the domain lord/lady? Is that something they should know? Is that a pop quiz question?
Find out. I think, right?
Yeah, we'll find out in the show.
Okay, I was just curious because that was one of the things that you had to make for
It
the
is.
submission.
I had to make all of the things, Dev. I don't think
So many
I'm not
things.
sure if you understand how homebrew works there, Dev.
Everything.
Well, specifically for the challenge, you did
Yes.
have to like make it everything because the last challenge you would have done was playing Mia. Anyway, we're gonna play Dungeon Sphere now,
Mhm.
and if y'all aren't
Oh,
aware,
I have one other announcement before we move on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go
which
ahead.
is Critical Role's animated show is premiering on Amazon on Friday.
Ooh.
So I am going to be doing a watch party on my personal Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Braenna. So if people want to come watch it with me at the same time, I'll be watching that at 7 p.m. on Friday. 7 p.m. CST. I can talk. So it'll be fun. You can watch.
I also might get a capture card and see if I can stream Legends Arceus on this channel because I'm very excited and I want people to watch me get killed by Pokemon. So yes, now that that's all out of the way, as a reminder to all of our players, you are on Layer 3 of the Dungeon Sphere in what is known as the Lost Seas, a cursed part of a sea somewhere in the multiverse where fogs have blanketed this area and made it so that ships can't navigate as they just appear randomly throughout the fog, maybe get attacked by ghost ships, other crazy things that happen. Actually, the reason is because of Augustus, because he hated a queen or something. Yep. Anyway.
Way to remember your own lore.
That is technically accurate, what I said. It's not specific or detailed.
Vague lore dump by the one, the only Dev.
Big lore dump. So, when we last left off, there was a lot of drama and trauma. And we are going to... Yeah. If you want to know about the drama and trauma, there was a lot. You can watch the last episode. But we're going to go and start our day / well, it'll be the evening because you all haven't slept yet. So we'll start with Umbran in the evening. Sky's dark, artificial moon in the sky, twinkling stars. And Umbran is stalking through the night.
As Umbran has left the tavern where the scryer mirrors are, he gets a devilish little wink in his eye. He's going to look up to where he thinks the scryer spheres are, not being able to see them. But he's going to bring one finger up to his lips, and he's going to wink, and then he's going to pop out of existence as he casts invisibility. Invisibility.
And invisibility is cast,
Invisibility.
and you are now invisible to the naked eye.
I'm going to stealth my way over to Claudulius's store.
Mm-hmm.
Stealthfully. I don't know if you want me to roll for it.
Sure. You have advantage.
For a 26.
All right.
And I'm going to sneak up to a window and like peer in and see if I can see Claudulius and see if he's downstairs.
You look into a window and you see a candle-lit storefront and a little figure who seems to be moving a ladder from place to place, taking a feather duster, just like cleaning off some stuff. He seems to be muttering to himself. None the wiser of your presence.
To spend the next hour or so that my invisibility allows making the spookiest things I can do, like pounding on windows and like rattling his door handle, like maybe mage hand some stuff off shelves. I just want to remind him that he's mortal and scary things happen.
The first little bit, he just brushes it off. Like, this is, it's just the wind. It's just probably a critter. But then after a little bit, it gets a little bit more intense. And he starts getting more shifty-eyed. And you can kind of make out what he's saying. He's like, "Oh no, they've come for me." And then he, at one point, grabs a lever that is placed on the side of his little desk, like countertop or whatever. He pulls the lever, and suddenly a trap door opens up, and then he jumps into it and closes behind him, and the place is now empty as he jumps into his safe room. And that's about like 30 minutes in.
I'm very tempted to try to steal something, but I don't know if he's got like anti-theft devices in place. I'm gonna reach through the wall with my mage hand just to see if like I can lift something and bring it over to the window, or to see if it's like anything activates.
The first thing you grab seems to be a little like incense container with the little chains on the end of the stick. You just grab it, you pull it up, you bring it to the window, and it's there. It's like blue and silver, bronze.
I decide it's not worth it. I knock a candle off a shelf and head back to the
So you knock a candle off a
Yeah.
shelf, and the candle wick lit catches
Oh no.
on some scrapings. But then, if you're watching, the little tiny dust elementals and the little elementals that he was having a little conversation with immediately scurry out and then throw dust on top of the flame and put it out before leaving.
just enough to spook. I'm gonna head back to the inn.
All right. You head back to the inn. You see Hospitality the Tiefling, who gestures to you. And up you go. And to your room.
I've returned to the room.
When you walk in, Braenna's laying on the cushy rug, flat out. She kind of looks up. I'm mad at you.
At me.
So blunt.
And then she lays her head back down.
Good talk, yes. I have acknowledged your feeling of anger.
Who else
There you
is in the room at this time?
Moxie is there.
All right. Vrexil, Moxie, and Canari is just out and about, probably.
I just finished talking to my parents. That's where we
All right,
ended
so you're on your way
last
back.
time. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you would have probably gotten back because Umbran was spending like a little bit torturing Claudulius.
Okay. And
Light
yeah.
torture.
I'll come in just before Umbran.
All right. And so all of you are in the room. Vrexil probably doesn't notice because he's probably working on something.
Is
Moxie.
Umbran still wrapped up in the... Or not Umbran. Vrexil still wrapped up in the row of eyes.
Yes, Vrexil like snuggled in the corner, just like this.
Oh, yeah. So you see everything.
Moxie's
And-
been having a staring contest with it for quite some time, but then probably like collapsed at the foot of the bed at some point and just like fell asleep.
Like a
I
little
imagine
cat.
when everyone started like piling in, she was snoring.
Her hair, like there's a little bit of drool and her hair's like caught up in it too. And
Canari just looks at this and just goes, "Oh, she'll be fine." And just like is very tempted to fix it, and then just decides like, if she starts choking, I'll do something, but she's fine. Probably better conversation to have in the morning when we're all awake and kind of have a night of rest under us. But my mom gave me some ideas, and I think I need the night to think things over, but I think I have a way that we can sort of navigate all of these things and still make it through the checkpoint or, the rest stop, wherever, at least to get us to the next level.
Yes, conversations would best be had in the morning when all party members are awake and not on the floor.
Braid just like,
I think
Well, this-
considering the circumstances, somebody might be on the floor to process feelings. We also did just get one giant bed, so some of us are ending up on the floor.
Well,
I call the
you
rug.
know,
You're all fairly like the only person that's kind of like tall and lanky is Moxie, and
And she's just asleep at the bottom of the bed like the dog, so
Yeah.
I think you'd all fit.
Braenna's like beefy and a little wide, but not tall. So
you know what I mean by on the floor. Don't mean that she is physically on the floor, but as in the emotional state one has to be in to have given up on the floor.
Up on the floor.
I don't know what references Lord and Lady Silronia are telling you, but
When you do so much cocaine that you have to lay on the floor,
Well, she didn't do any drugs. She just drank a lot.
yes, all drugs are equal, are they not?
Not necessarily. Well, oh, okay. This gets into a much bigger moral quandary than I thought we'd go into tonight. But conversation better had in the morning.
Go to sleep.
Let's
You need rest.
fade to black and take a long rest.
Thank God. I had one spell slot.
Sending.
Oh no, it was a first level. We weren't gonna do anything.
Oh yeah. Could have guiding bolted somebody, a bird.
Yeah, just knock us out of the checkpoint. Screw you, bird.
Hooray.
Gotta redo all my spells.
It's been like a full month since we've had a long rest.
Right. Vrexil gets all the charges on his glove back. Hey.
Ooh.
In the morning, you all wake up whenever your characters would wake up, and there is complimentary breakfasts that is actually outside your door in a little cart. There's a sign that had been slipped underneath your door that told you that it was there.
Full service.
Fruits, breads, some salted meats, and cheeses. So who wakes up first? Umbran's already.
Yeah, I've been playing solitaire for 8 straight hours.
Jerome has been watching intently the entire time, trying to learn this strategy and how this helps in war.
Of solitaire, the loneliest game.
I feel like Moxie would probably wake up first because she fell asleep the earliest.
Mhm.
And would be like, "Oh my gosh, did I win?" And like
Yeah.
be rubbing her eyes. And then I guess would probably like, what's up, Umbran?
Somebody slipped a note under the door only a few minutes ago. Says there's food outside if you're interested.
Oh yeah. Moxie will grab it and like bring it in.
As it passes
And
by,
take some of
an arm will just stick out and snag something.
Wait a minute, Meg.
Yeah.
Does your shirt say you're in a cult?
Yeah, it says, you're in a cult, call your dad.
Okay.
It's from My Favorite Murder.
All right. So, Braenna, you said that you're awake and your hand just raised because you heard food?
No,
that what you
like
said?
she went as Moxie passed by with the cart. I don't know, it's a rolly cart or if it's like a tray.
Yeah, it's a rolly cart. You just bring it in.
Like
It's got
as soon as she feels like eyes still closed, but hand just out, starts nomming.
You slap some salted ham into Braenna's hand. Just goes straight to her face.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
remember
not
that the
my hand.
alchemy jug has reset.
Yes.
Choking hazard.
Okay, but the real question is, do you have a beard today?
Oh,
yeah.
that is a good question. Hold on, let me look.
Roll your beard
Does
check.
the beard fall off? over the night, and you have to roll a new one every day.
At the time it sucks in and possibly comes back out. I think. I don't know.
Oh, I hate that. It was unpleasant to watch happen.
Okay.
What's that song? There once was a man named Michael Finnegan.
That is
Beard
only
grew
a
out and then
43.
grew in again.
So no beard
43,
today.
50% chance day. All right, no beard. The beard has fallen off of your face, and the entire bed is just covered in like these red dwarven beard hairs.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That is even worse. Like one of my personal like real life things that really squicks me out is loose hair. Like I cannot handle it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some people like that.
Oh.
Some of
I
the
have
hair
so
got
much
into the
loose
eyes
hair.
of the robe. So
Oh.
some of the eyes are like squinting and watering.
Oh no. Vex was just like, what happened?
Did you know Braenna does the alligator death roll as she sleeps, and hairs were flying literally
everywhere.
everywhere. It was terrifying. I've never
She's
been
spinning
so
like the
frightened.
Ironbeard tornado.
I gotta give up practicing sometime.
All right, so we've established Umbran, Moxie, and Braenna are awake.
Brain is pretending
Oh,
to
my
not be
goodness.
awake, just eating at the same time.
Vrexil is up, slowly pulling hairs out of the robe of eyes.
Yeah.
This is
I
our
hate it.
barbarian. Watch out, she sheds.
I hate it so much.
And then, last but not least, Canari rises. As a zombie!
Finally, about time. Gee.
She's become what she does not want to be, undead.
She killed herself with her
No, you
with
choked on
her
beard
channel
hairs.
divinity.
Oh, yeah, of course. You just blow
Oh,
yourself
boy.
away. It's just...
Nuclear option. I'm having such a hard time picking my last spell.
Oh, no.
What are your choices?
Well, there's I don't know what. I mean, it's not like we're going directly into combat this next time because it always takes us a little bit of time to journey. So I'm just gonna, I'll take remove curse that I always have. Cool. I'm good. I did it.
You all feel particularly refreshed. Even though you might not have slept the most comfortably, based on size limitations or just weird positions, you all feel almost magically rested. As if the room has a magic. That's...
Extra 10 hit points.
Yeah.
Hit me.
What? No, you don't get temporary hit points. This isn't Breath of the Wild.
Boo. I paid for that extra down bed.
Because you didn't even sleep. You're a robot.
You leave me alone. I have rested.
As like Canari's sitting and doing like morning prayers and stuff like that, she's gonna pull out the book that the Sapphire Dragon, what was his name again?
Blue Rock. Mr. Blue Rock.
That was his name? Blue Rock?
Sir Blue Rock. Yeah,
Sir
Blue Rock.
Oh, okay.
His first name is... I can't remember it.
Caldeus.
Oh yeah,
Caldeus,
that's Caldeus.
there we go. I
Caldeus
was
Blue
like-
Rock. I remember it because Blue Rock, like a sapphire, is essentially a blue rock, and he's a sapphire dragon. Just a rock that's blue.
I know. I was like, we just called him Blue Rock the entire time? I feel like he had a very impressive name.
Oh, he was
Oh.
Caldeus.
Yeah. So she pulls out the book
And
that
Pebble.
Caldeus gave to her that has like those like gold, like gilded pages.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna ritually cast divination.
All right. So I said that one page is worth 25 gold pieces because of the gold inlay, right?
I thought you said that each page was like worth gold and that there's like 500 pages in this book.
All right. Yeah. Each one was 1 gold piece, and so you
Yep.
rip out 25 pages.
Yep.
And then burn them.
Yeah. I let Vrexil look at all of them first just in case we need like anything, like he commits it to memory or something, or just or we could have been doing that on the ship, but I take those first like 25 pages out, and I light some incense, and kind of have this, as Canari is sitting in prayer, kind of getting all of her spells for the day, everything like that. A
little strand of smoke seems to just like circle around, spreading throughout the room, and everybody gets a really nice, fresh scent of incense.
So, with divination, I can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
That is correct.
I would like to ask what components do I need to bring Andrew's soul back in one piece?
All right, so you
like, the way that my mom was talking about it, or like all of those things.
You have the little bowl that you kind of like put this offering in. You put the papers in, you light them so that it is offered up to Celestian. And as they burn, you ask the question. You sort of look up a little bit because he is of the stars of the heavens. And the pages burn, but one of the pages seems to jump out and float around before floating and hovering in front of your face. And it seems to have some writing and some images on it.
I'll very delicately like hold a hand underneath it and kind of pluck it out of the air.
All right. The first thing that stands out to you is a stone that is not unlike the shard that you had seen in Umbran's chest, except it doesn't have a darkened quality. It seems as though someone had burnt this image into the paper, and it doesn't give you like a description or anything of it. It just has this image of the stone, and it also shows a vial of blood, just a small little vial, and you see next to it an image that is the symbol of the Ironbeard clan. And there's one more image, and that image is I'm trying to think of like a way to represent what I'm thinking of. Let me think. There is a description and a little piece of writing that says, "Into the mists you shall go to find the brother that you know. Though his eyes do not see truth, if you walk wisely then he will. Well, rhymes with truth, everybody.
Tooth? To be
Tooth?
untooth? Tooth?
You so if you walk wisely, you may return him to youth.
It
Be
would take me
wary.
a while to get to the Y.
Be wary of the maze and what lies within. Be kind to the naiad, a guide with fins.
That was a lot of writing for a little bit of writing.
I mean,
I
it's
love
still kind of
Canari's
small
just
font.
like turning the paper round and around. Like,
No, it's like a little it's like a little corner. You can fit that down there.
love that pace of speaking. It makes it so much easier to type what you're saying.
I figured, yeah.
That was a gift to me and to Jacob.
I did it by
That
hand.
sidetracked writing, yeah.
It was hard. It was like,
It's small and in cursive and written in celestial, which I think you speak.
I do. It was like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you speak it. Not just from a
Like,
god, it's written in
If
celestial.
not,
so.
your best friend does.
yeah, I was
And-
gonna say.
So does Vrexil.
These things are inscribed with burnt etchings and such, so it remains. It's not as though it disappears or fades like invisible ink after you like look at it. So it's there. It's in your hand. The rest of the papers burn away and turn to ash. And you see little like sparkles in it, almost like there's little stars in the ash for flavor.
You asked your divination question out loud, yeah?
You have to.
Yeah. So, and like, while this is happening and like the ritual is happening, Canari's eyes kind of fade into that like same silvery glow, that empowers a lot of her spells.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh, it takes around 10 minutes.
When everything seems to have calmed down, Braenna will ask, "Did you find something to prove Umbran wrong?"
Well, if we're all ready, Canari like clears up like the divination and then like shows, just lays the card out in front of, or this page with all these burnt etchings in it over kind of like this gilded, gold backdrop. She lays it down and looks at everybody and says, "It's a long shot. We have to do several things before everything can come together. But essentially, we need to delay getting one of the 3 keys. That has to be our last one if we're going into the maze. We already have the potions of water breathing. Once we get into the maze, we have to be kind to a naiad. I don't know if that means we have to go to the island that's associated with water and get the water key and be kind to that naiad, or if the naiad is at the sunken tower in that sunken temple in the maze. Based on the rhyme, I would think it would be within the maze, but I don't know for sure. So I think if we are able to get to whatever island is associated with water, I think it would be, if the dwarves are earth, gnomes are air, humans probably are associated with fire, and water would be associated with the elves. If we go to the elven island first, we can rule that out if there isn't a naiad there. We have to be kind to her, so we get her to guide us through the maze. Once we're in the maze and once we're in the mist, we're able to use the candle. I have to do a curse-breaking ritual, and we need to present what I'm assuming is a shard similar to what Umbran has, may be associated with the astral plane, because that's where Umbran is saying that if they've spent too long in the ethereal plane, they lose their memories, they go to the astral plane. That's presumably what Warforge crystals are, how they capture those. So probably an astral shard, a naiad to guide our way, and then it looks like a vial of either your blood, Braenna, or your father's, just somebody within the Ironbeard clan.
I wouldn't bank on an astral shard. If we're heading to the ethereal realm through the maze, and your brother is in the astral plane, we will not be able to pull him back from there.
I'm not saying we need... The astral shard can be a vessel, because your soul wasn't pulled from Shadowfell, was it? I mean, it was pulled from the astral plane. We just need a shard.
No, but the makeup of the wood that comprises my body is from the Shadowfell.
Okay, so then we need a
I'm
piece
just
of the
saying,
ethereal
don't
plane.
bank on the astral shard. I just think it needs an arcane focus to cling to.
And
Some
Braenna
sort of-
has the oil of etherealness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So and that might be this vial. It kind of looks like a vial of blood. Maybe we need both. So
So a
there's
reminder to you, Wyatt.
yeah.
The astral shard has to do... I told you that it has to do with the fact that Celestian guides spirits through the astral plane. So
Right.
that's the connection.
Okay. Cool. I was looking like furiously through our DMs trying to find.
Yeah.
that piece.
No, it's okay.
We could spend years alone looking for a shard from the astral plane. There's no guarantee we'll find that exact material.
Claudulius had one in his shop.
We don't have the money for it.
I didn't have to use any of the funds that you gave me. I was able to.
Oh yeah, it costs a lot.
It
No,
costs
that's a
way
plus.
more than we have for an
Costs
astral shard. I know. I looked at every single
Yeah.
one in there.
Was that a mistype, Dev? Because originally they were like $250 or
No,
Yeah,
they were
that-
not. They have
Jesus.
always been that much from day one. Those are extremely powerful artifacts. If he's selling them super cheap, I'm gonna get them all. Shove them all in there.
Uh,
Be the most
They're-
powerful source of the dungeon spirits ever seen.
okay, then we
Hi.
just have to pray that we get lucky.
They actually were only 251. That was a mistype.
They've always been that much.
Well,
Okay.
they're... I don't know.
Because I will
how-
scrap all the tattoos and I will get 3 more shards and shove them in my chest.
Well, those ones do require attunement.
I'll take everything else off.
So these are rare items.
More rocks.
So compared to another rare item, let's see. What did I put in here that's rare? Ring of the Ram? Ring of the... Yep. So Ring of the Ram is 781. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set each of these to 500. Well, Claudulius needs to be weird. So 512 for each of them.
Well, I have
It's like a
100.
few
I
times
have
shard.
172 gold left still.
I have 100.
I have 300.
And I have 10 gold pieces and 6 silver.
Why's the
Does
Feywild
mean
shard?
I'm not gonna get my tattoos.
I mean, you could still get tattoos. We just need enough to cover the astral shard, and then you could still get some tattoos.
That's not as many tattoos as I wanted.
Well, we all have to make sacrifices, Umbran.
I don't know. Brenna can prove me wrong herself.
Well, okay, there's some weird hostility in the room, but it's a start.
I'm so sick of you people stepping all over me. I'm doing my best to be as helpful as I can, warning Brenna that, you know, there's a chance your brother might turn into a monster, so let's put our best foot forward to make sure that doesn't happen. And she gets mad that I'm looking out for her and trying to be a good friend? What did you want me to do? Let him
No, it makes sense.
mutate?
No, and
I
what
don't
you
understand why I'm trying so hard for you people to be so mad at me. Continuously.
I'm not mad.
Thank you, Moxie. I really appreciate you and all you've done. I trust you so much I put my heart into your hands, literally.
That's true. That happened.
I'm not saying you aren't trying, Umbran. I'm just saying I took what you said. I talked to my parents about a way to break a curse because my mom has a long history of dealing with curses. All of these threads are able to come together, and it wouldn't have happened without you. And your guidance is what prompted the divination spell. It's the slight chance, and I know it's risky, and I want to make sure we're aware of the risks. And I'm not saying you're not doing your job. I'm just saying there are times where we say things, and I'm at fault for this. I don't say things as well as I could have. I'm sorry I upset you, and I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, and I will work towards improving that relationship because I recognize it is not just on you, and you've been doing a lot.
Thank you. I feel like all the effort I've put into the dungeon sphere and put into this team has just been stepped on continuously. Not by you lot necessarily. Not you, Moxie. You're a delight. We're happy to have you here.
I am a delight.
You are. But other teams just... The disrespect is palpable. I've
It is. And
been trying so hard, and I don't know how much more I can try than this.
maybe we've been looking at it in a wrong way. It isn't what I was telling you last night when I stormed out of the tavern. It gets to all of us, and it's not just on any one of us to be strong. We're best together, and that's the only way we're going to face this. We have a tighter bond than any of the other teams. None of us have left each other. We're always there for each other. We always pick each other up. That's the way we're going to win. There are fractures in every single one of the teams, and that's something, I hate to say it, but we can exploit. People are good, but this situation drives them to do bad things. Except Normox. She has a corrupted influence. I'm not sure what, but I know it is deep in there. Nobody is that pure. Well, and she's definitely not pure based on what she said of all of us, and that is inexcusable, certainly of any member of the faith.
She looks like an idiot.
That too. I don't understand why she would wear something so impractical. Umbran is totally right. That is the worst thing you could possibly wear in this entire dungeon sphere.
I never said that. I think she looks stunning.
Ah, damn it. Okay, well, I said it. Sorry. I should take ownership for the mean things that I say about other people.
I'm attempting to be on your side, but she does look fabulous.
They just don't understand why she wore it into a dungeon.
She just has a bad attitude.
Sometimes it's worth it to look that good on TV.
And you always look really genuinely good. You have most of the style points of our team.
That means a lot to me. That's what I was made for.
I think Braenna kind of, after you guys you're done talking, Braenna stands up and goes, I said I'm mad at you, Umbran, because I'm mad at the situation, and it's easier to put it on someone than just be mad at air.
You can be mad about things that have happened, but it is not right to be mad at people who are trying to be kind to you, who are trying to look out for you, and make sure your brother doesn't mutate into a hideous monster before your eyes and you never get mad.
Okay.
Right or wrong, I can't help my heart doesn't do what it's supposed to. That's kind of the point.
I don't understand that point.
Emotions
You
are fickle
should not let
things.
your emotions control you. You should be in control of those.
Have you met me?
You
Uh,
should work on it. This is honest criticism from a friend.
And honestly, sometimes you do need to lead with emotion.
Well, not when your friends are trying to help you. You can kind of shove those in the back.
No, your emotions tell you how you feel in the moment. You can't shove them away forever. Sooner
Well,
or
not
later, they will
forever,
explode.
but- Don't. I'm gonna say this lovingly because your father said it to you. You're kind of a brat. Maybe we work on that.
You're calling me a brat.
No.
Not you, not your dad. Not everything's about you, Canari.
Well,
Your
the
parents
way
think
you
you're
were.
perfect, Canari.
It's just you weren't addressing who you were talking about.
Brenna.
We have
Brenna.
several.
No, we're still
okay,
talking
here
to
we go.
Brenna. No.
I was gonna say we're gonna have a lot of issues.
You are trying your best, and I appreciate that, Canari. Some people not trying that hard.
Vrexil, you just got the last beard hair out of the eyes.
Actually, I was gonna say, Vrexil has actually climbed up onto the cart, the wheelie cart that brought the food in, and has taken a hinge off of the closet in here, and is like fastening some things to this cart, and just kind of looks up and is like, "I try really hard."
Vrexil.
We do.
We appreciate you as well, how hard you try. I can tell.
I have a question. I have no experience with this, but it's my understanding that siblings sometimes fight. Is that an
Yeah,
accurate
Andrew,
assessment?
Andrew and I really got some knockdown dragouts, but I always won because he's smaller.
Yeah, and you always
I
won,
think
right?
the only one with siblings is Braenna.
I mean,
Yeah.
there were like kids I grew up with, but I mean, we were all monks, so you know, those
He
fights are
had
kind
to
of
fight.
But
Yeah.
you always won, right?
I always won every time.
And if we encounter
Check. Oh, 17 plus 2, 19. Did Braenna always win?
100%. Andrew, Andrew and Braenna are twins. Braenna took all of the, you know how twins sometimes are when they're fraternal, and the one is much bigger and stronger than the other? That's Braenna.
well, if you always won when he was here, and you're gonna have all of us next to you when we encounter him, you can't possibly lose, even if something happens.
That is a very good way of looking at murdering your brother again, yes.
You
That's the
are
next
really
point.
good at saying the wrong thing, Umbran.
I am stating the facts that you
Yeah.
won't have to murder your brother because I told you you wouldn't have to. You're welcome. Now take 100 gold. I have to go get some tattoos.
Okay.
So Vrexil gives you 300
Oh, okay.
as he takes a small plank of wood from the disassembled closet and starts using it as like a pole and the hinge as like a rowboat, and he's basically using the cart to then like turn the corner, and then you just hear going down the stairs, ka-kang, 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 ka-kang.
Oh no.
I love him.
It could've
Braenna's,
been
I feel like maybe I shouldn't go and get the thing from Cadulius. I think his name. I should probably not go
Cadulius.
in there.
Yeah.
He was a little mad at me yesterday.
You know he's gonna have a special on like sorcerer shards, and he's like, for you 500 gold, and then I'm gonna come back in next week, and he's gonna be like, for you 2,500 gold, back to normal price.
That happens. I will give you all of my gold until you can buy one of those, Umbran.
Don't worry about it. It's not like I've been looking at those for day one, longing for them, longingly. Cladulius, again.
Brandon's not going to Cadulius. She's probably going to go hang out with her dad again.
I was gonna say, yeah, Vrexil's also going that way to pick up his armor.
When you arrive to the Ironbeard Forge, the armor was done. Both of y'all's. Or
Nice. I got
someone else.
I got my shield.
Yeah. Vrexil, it was a lot of fun working on that.
Oh, thank you. Did you notice kind of underneath? It's a weird combination. The gears. Anyway, thank you. And it's all nice and shiny and gleaming, and then Vrexil's gonna start.
He'll just tap it with a hammer. It's a nice alloy.
Oh yeah. Hard, a little tricky to work with sometimes. Soldering is a little. Thank you. And then Vrexil's gonna start taking the robe of eyes and start working on the robe of eyes and the armor and kind of like just tinkering with those two items for a little bit.
And little B.
Yeah, da?
He holds up the shield and it has the Ironbeard symbol on the front.
Hey, does it look kind of like what's in the what was on that divination page?
Well, yeah, it's the Ironbeard symbol. It's like the symbol of the clan.
Thanks, Dad.
I made it special.
It's gonna work out great. I'm assuming all like the Dwarven runes are around it with the ancestor names as well.
Yeah. And that's where the extra little power boost comes from.
Beautiful. That's perfect.
And I got a lot more to work on, so I can't really chat.
You can be slow with everyone else's. That's not on our time. Pretty sure that's
Right.
not in the contract.
That's not in the contract. And then he walks over, and there's like a suit of armor that's like just standing up, and then he like pushes it over. Oops, it fell.
Oh,
Gotta
you're the
take
best,
my time
Dad.
picking that back up.
You're the best, Dad. Oh goodness, you need any help, Vrexil? Are you good?
I'm good, and you see Vrexil has like taken some hammers of his own and is like hammering bits of the robe of eyes against the armor in a way that makes absolutely no sense at the moment.
Just
Is
put
it-
them eyes, right?
Have you?
Yeah.
Is it, this
I have
robe?
an idea. I think it'll get there. And then just like puts a hole in it, like, oh, okay.
You, be careful. You let me know if you need anything, okay?
I may hang here for just a little bit. Some of the tools here might be a little better suited for this
Oh,
project.
yeah, Dad. There's one of those little tiny hammers. That might be helpful.
Ooh, that would be wonderful. Yeah, just come find me when we're on our way out.
I'll do that. And I'm gonna walk towards the magic shop and not actually go in.
And already inside is Umbran.
Good morning, Cordelia.
Good morning.
Sleep well, I hope.
No,
Oh no,
not at
something
all.
happened.
Well,
Did another team come in to harass you again?
no. If it's between you and me,
Do tell.
I think this place is haunted.
Oh no,
Yes.
terrifying.
I'm gonna have to do
So
some
sorry that
more
happened.
warding today, and it's gonna be so much work and such little sleep.
Sorry to hear that, of course. I did come here for some last-minute purchases before we leave.
All right.
I was going to get 10, but now I'm going to get 6. First level spell rot tattoos.
6 of them.
Yeah.
All right. Come to the back room.
Sure.
And then he leads you, and there's another lever, and he pulls it, and then the door slides up on like the back wall. And inside is a tattoo chair.
Okay. I will sit down. I will hold out my left hand. I need 1 cast of Find Familiar and then 5 casts of Shield.
All right. Now remind me again. Can you feel pain?
No.
Okay, perfect. He leaves the room, and then the door slams shut, and then a automaton just appears out of the side and walks over with a tray of 6 needles. And then it takes a needle, and then, where would you like this? Find familiar, apply, and then he stabs it into your hand, and the needle turns into an ink and then like pours in, and then creates a scythe tattoo with like some.
As this is happening, I would like to cast message and point to Cladulius. I do just have a quick question.
Yes, what's this?
Has someone told you, or have you managed to figure out my one weakness? Because that seems a little suspicious.
I just assumed fire.
Really? What about I'll lock you in an anti-magic field and watch you crumble to pieces? That seems a little suspicious.
That would violate my contracts.
How do you know this, Cladulius?
Where would you like this applied?
Right here.
And then he stabs it, and then it like creates a little symbol on it. You don't get any response. And then he keeps stabbing you until all of your shield tattoos
It
are
makes
along
like
your
a
wrist.
little bracelet of those. They're like the
Mhm.
gemstones in the wire twisty cages.
Yep.
And it goes right around.
The task is complete, and then he goes back, and then the door slides up. Whoosh.
And I will get out and I will walk into the store.
Can I help you?
No, it was lovely to see you, Cladulius. Until next time.
Until next time, indeed.
I cast message. You're so bad at that.
Lightning strikes, even though it's a clear day outside.
And then I head to the ironworks to go pick up my armor.
And you are given armor. You actually pass Braenna on the way.
I say nothing!
And you go and pick up your armor. It's an easy transaction. He just gives you the armor. You've already paid, so. And do you need help assimilating it into your?
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sit next to Vrexil as he works on his armor.
All right, and then Braenna walks to Cladulius's place.
I'm not going in though because he's mad at me still. I'm pretty sure. So I gave my 100 whatever gold that I was doing for the thing to I think Canari. Did I give it to Canari? I don't know. I gave it to someone.
Oh, yeah, Canari has to go into the shop too, right?
Yeah, I was just planning on going in for that because I have. So Umbran gave 100.
Moxie
Vrexil
gave
had-
100.
Moxie gave 100.
I gave 100.
300. Okay.
12 left.
I'll give my 10 gold pieces. So we just need 2.
2 more gold.
Oh,
Oh, we just need 2? Okay, I can give you 2.
And you see Braenna awkwardly standing outside of Cladulius' shop.
I thought maybe I shouldn't go in because he seemed kind of mad at me yesterday. So I was like,
Oh, he can deal. I've been in here so much. If he's angry with you, he can be angry with me too, and we all know how that turns out.
okay.
And Canari just walks into the shop in the Pelgrims, and she's like, "Hi, one last thing."
Hello, welcome. It's lovely to see the both of you again.
It's nice to see you too, Cladulius.
Hi. Oh, whatever. I can't say her name. That's why I didn't say it before.
You know what? How about this? You can just call me Mr.
Mister. That's weird. Okay. Easier than whatever it was. I don't know. Okay.
Yes. Calling people Mr. all the time.
My internet's going garbage. Sorry. Hold on.
All right. What do you need?
We were looking for a very particular shard from the Astral Sea.
Oh, I have one of those.
Mhm.
That will be 512 gold.
Canari will set it all down on the table.
Lovely. And then he there's actually like a display case, and you see like a shard in there, and he opens it up from the back and then grabs it and then puts it on. This is an astral shard. Do you know what it does?
I'm familiar with some of the uses.
Well, if you are a sorcerer, you can use it to teleport whenever you use a metamagic action. You can also use it as spellcasting focus if you are a sorcerer. I'm assuming this is for your friend Umbran?
Mm-hmm.
He was just in here. Lovely chap.
Can I... This seems weird and out of character for Cladulius. Can I make an insight check on him?
Sure.
We're great friends.
I'm gonna guide myself as well. Well, okay.
Can I have proficiency with insight. Can I give the help action? Just
Whisper in a Canari's ear.
yeah, just be like, is he always this nice? This seems weird.
Wonderful.
I rolled 2 12s. So that's a dirty 20.
You sense that he's not saying something. But he's actually, it seems like he's being pretty honest about like thinking that Umbran is lovely. Who doesn't?
That's true.
Despite all the people who hate me, I'm beautiful.
Canari just nods and smiles and will take the shard. And if Braenna doesn't want to hold on to it, Canari will just kind of hold on to it for the time being, just until we can get it into the bag of holding.
Now, do you need anything, Miss Ironbeard?
How much for the alchemy jugs again?
As I mentioned yesterday when you asked about them, the alchemy jug is worth 55 gold pieces, and I still have the regular and the blue.
That would put me at like no gold left.
Join me in only having silver.
I might. Oh my gosh! Can I have the blue one too?
Yeah, can I get my money back so I can get the rest of my tattoos if you didn't need it?
Yes, 55 gold.
How much is a tattoo?
36.
36?
I gave up 3 of my tattoos for your dumb brother to get the magic item that I've wanted since the beginning of this game and I'll never get because we're gonna sacrifice it to your brother, but I've wanted it so bad since we've started. But it's whatever.
Which one? The tattoo?
No, I've wanted the astral shard since we started. I look at it every time you post the thing.
You
go,
like teleporting.
One day.
Well, it
And
doesn't
now-
necessarily seem like it's... We're just tying his soul to it until we can get it, and then after that, I mean, there's no...
Then the monster will be inside you!
There's already a monster inside me.
Yeah.
That's a FNAF song.
I think she's gonna get the other one. 55? 55 you said?
Yes! 55. For the blue.
Yes.
Now, if you don't remember, the blue one produces all of the standard things, as well as boiling hot tea and honey. So, splash it in the face of your enemies if you need to.
Look at that. Canari, I can make 8 gallons of beer. Also,
Alright.
boiling hot tea. I'm not sure. Maybe I could throw it at people. That might be interesting.
Or we could drink it.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
Nope, that's it. Thank you very much, Cornelius.
All right, wonderful. Please survive until the next time you see me.
Will do. I'll try and have more gold for you then.
Fairly well.
And Canari will walk out with Braenna.
And you walk out, and you go and find the rest of the group.
Perfect.
While we are waiting for that, as Umbran sits next to Vrexil as he hammers away at his armor, I'm going to cast Find Familiar with my new tattoo. I am going to summon a poisonous snake, specifically a beaked sea snake that's roughly 4 feet long.
And you invoke the power of the tattoo, and it glows, and a snake starts emerging from it and coiling itself around your arm. And then the tattoo vanishes, and you have a snake familiar.
She is black banded, and in between the black bands are like these dark purple sort of stripes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name you Velvet. You're going to be essential to us when we go underwater. Thank you so much for your service already.
I smell a frog. I am hungry.
Yes, this is your new brother. His name is Jerome. He is going to sit on top of your head. You're not going to eat him because you do not require sustenance.
That is true.
And you know those pictures of alligators with like baby alligators with frogs sitting on their heads? It's exactly like that.
Master, I do not feel comfortable with that snake.
Well, she's your new sister, so you're going to get over it.
I have no siblings.
Yes, you do now.
I ate all of them.
Her name is Velvet. And now you get to be afraid of being eaten by your sibling.
Oh no.
So ironic how the world works, isn't it?
This is karma.
This is what they call karma.
And I'm gonna like wrap her, like let her slither into like underneath my cloak, kind of like hang out in there.
You just see Vrexil next to you, like taking a really hot like brand from the forge and like ironing on something onto a shirt. Is like ironing the cloak of eyes against the armor, and then just like it catches fire, and it's like
The eyes like are all like wide, looking around like panicking. And everyone reconvenes. Unless Moxie wanted to do anything, because
I think Moxie was like, "Oh, I'll catch up with you guys in a second," and then slowly just kept eating, and then was like, "No one else is here," and probably just ate the rest of whatever was there, and then did a quick workout and punched a hole in the wall on accident and ran out, and that's when she'll
reforms. It actually fixes itself before your eyes. You might have ran before it.
Yeah,
not
Moxie didn't
realizing,
see that and just ran.
You almost run into a kenku bird. I believe you're a kenku, right? Or maybe it's it's a kenku. And you just hear them say,
Hey, where you going?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was
It's
just
okay.
running late.
Yeah, it's okay. I am short. It's hard to see you.
Most of the people on my team are short, so I'm pretty good at looking, down a little bit.
It seems as though you are running from something.
Nope, just to other, places. Definitely not a hole in the wall.
Oh, alright. Well, my name is Pico from Team Nightwalker. I have not met you.
Oh, hey. I haven't met you either, and I won't hold it against you that you joined a team that tried to murder us.
Yeah, it's the nature of the dungeon sphere.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, we're not
Hands-
murdering people, but it's fine. I mean, we have.
Handshake.
he holds out
Yeah.
his hands.
Yeah, Moxie will shake it.
Yeah, wonderful. Here you go. Here you go.
And they hand you an egg, and then they walk away.
They hand me a what? An egg?
It's like
Wait, do I have to
the
sit
size
on
of an
this?
ostrich leg.
Or can I eat
Ostrich.
it?
You look back, and they're gone.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'm either get really good breakfast or I have my firstborn for the hag. Let's go.
Mox is like, I'm gonna sit on this egg till it hatches so a hag can take it.
Yeah, and then she's gonna continue running to go find everyone else holding the egg.
All right, you run up to everyone. You have this big egg in your hands.
Where'd you get that egg and why are you running?
We're not related.
I've stolen this egg and I am fleeing authorities.
Time to go.
No,
Yeah.
someone gave it to me, and I maybe got a little excited in the room and punched a hole in the wall. Who knows?
Oh, those holes in the wall were so disappointing because they fixed themselves by it. Was so annoying. I was punching the hole and it fixed. I was very annoyed.
Oh, I knew that, and I didn't think I had punched a hole in the wall and ran out.
Because I kept on punching,
accordingly.
and the hole just kept on going away. And I was like, I just wanted a physical manifestation of me being angry, and it just wouldn't
yeah.
stay, and it was not helpful.
Yeah, I definitely knew it didn't stay. That's why I did it. And then I thought I was late. So anyway, and then I ran into a bird that gave me this egg, and I don't know if I'm now its mother or if I can eat it. So
Put a light up and you can tell.
Moxie just casts light on her hand.
I thought she was gonna say on the egg. Like, oh, no.
So you put it under the egg, and it appears to have a little developing chick inside.
Okay, so we're not eating this. I'm a little disappointed, and I guess we'll have to find that hag at some point. I guess I'll put this in my bag.
If it's those normally need to be a little warm to do anything. If you don't make it warm, it won't be it won't be a chicken. Or-
Constable, what are you doing? Oh God, I forgot I can't
Sit on
speak.
this egg, Constable, and he's like this big, and the egg is like this.
Does anyone speak Sylvan?
No, still no. Is there a way that I can just learn that really quick? Like maybe some words?
Constable holds up his little constable paws.
If
that.
you've got 36 gold on you, you can go to Cladulius and get comprehend language.
Oh my God, I don't have that on me anymore, and I don't think that as a group we have that anymore.
Vrexil pulls out a potion of comprehension since he has 2.
I'll give you something for this later. Okay, so Moxie's gonna drink that so that she can talk to the constable finally.
If you give me the egg,
Oh.
take care of it.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you well fed and stuff too? She's like handing the constable the egg. Are you doing
Yes.
good? Is
Yes,
the
I-
constable a good name for you?
Yes,
Okay, cool. Thanks. You're amazing. I love you.
my people find eggs that have been abandoned and take care of them.
Oh, that's really fortuitous of the situation.
Not just eggs, but any that wander lost.
Oh. Is that why you came with me? Am I wandering and lost?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, if it means I have you, that's okay.
Might I make a request?
Sure, yeah, what's up?
I prefer sedimentary stone.
Oh, okay, well, I'll ask Vrexil what that means, and I'll make sure to get that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Thanks. I love you again. Goodbye.
Grabs the egg and then wraps his his body around it, and then
Oh god,
goes back
he's
in a
so
little bit.
cute. Guys,
what did the constable say?
He's just amazing. He also likes his name, and then he would like solitary sedimentary stone. I don't know what that means, but I was hoping you did, Vrexil.
So sedimentary and Vrexil starts a 20-second long scree into the differences and then just kind of goes sandy rock.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I like
Thank
the
you.
texture.
He likes the constable likes the texture, so that's what. If you guys see it, maybe point it out and I'll grab some. Thanks.
Does everyone have what they need?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we maybe head back to the boat so they don't think we've like gone AWOL or something?
Yeah.
I mean, technically we did, but
Before the party heads out, kind of as that conversation has been happening, everybody looks back, and what was like an unmitigated disaster of like cloth catching fire and holes being like poked everywhere, all of a sudden you look back and Vrexil's new gleaming armor is sort of pockmarked by a couple dozen camera shutters that periodically for about a second at a time just like zzz, and a little like laser light comes out and like scans the area and then shuts, and then one on the other like scans behind, and it's just like this little like, you know, dozen camera complex thing as the robe of eyes has been integrated into his armor.
Well, your spider finally has the correct amount of eyes. I'm so proud.
Just the tattered remains of like a piece of cloth. Dozens of holes in it, just like okay.
I like to think that Rex had to like cut out each of the eyes individually and like glue them on.
Basically.
You all make your way towards the exit of the checkpoint, and you see the door that is quite familiar to you, and it's just there, standing before you.
onward and C-word?
Let's go get those keys.
You open the
Let's
door,
go get this bread.
and you make your way out into the cargo hold of this level of the ship.
Didn't it
And-
go into a room?
Like
Yeah,
into
so-
our room, yeah.
The door would have gone into your room, but then exiting would have gone back out.
Oh, I get it.
Yep.
I've always been terrible at geometry.
I've always been so bad at doors, guys. It's a struggle.
And so you are back on the ship. You feel like it's a sudden disorienting feeling to go from like on solid land to like the rock of the sea. And so everyone roll me an acrobatics check.
Right.
And that one.
Oh no.
15.
16.
Garbage. 11.
So
16.
the ship tilts to the side and Canari falls, slips, and then slides into the side and will take 5 bludgeoning damage. And
Oh.
Braenna, you just fall and there's a loud thud onto the ground.
Ouch!
Perhaps we should have asked if we had all gotten our sea legs back on before we walked through.
Well, you know.
You see some footprints from upstairs heading down, and you see Lady Lixinora. She's carrying just a box with a bunch of like different wires and tools and stuff just poking out of it. Good morning.
Hey.
And then she continues along her way. Goes into like the gun room and slams the door behind her.
Let's go check in with the captain, shall we?
You
hear
go up.
Canari's like back crack as she stands up, and she's like, "Oh, I'll be up in a minute."
You need a hand.
Do you,
Somebody just like, and Braenna just like grabs Canari's arm, and you hear like everything snap back into place, and it's like,
Here you go. You gotta watch that first step.
I'm
Sorry
gonna
for crashing into you.
Canari just gets up onto the deck and immediately throws up over the side.
Oh, there goes the continental breakfast.
So when you make your way to the upper realms of the ship, you see other members of the ship doing their thing, taking care of things. There seems to be like a little cut on Shortstack's hand that Medical Officer Waves is tending to. And you just hear mumbling, "I told you that you should not mess with swordfish. But here you are, messing with swordfish."
Oh, Well, I thought that I could use him as a sword.
That is not what's.
And as a fish.
Yes,
Pardon me.
you understand. Well, you understand. And plus, I could ride it.
Yes. Goblin, riding, swordfish.
Oh, Canari, you look terrible. Do you need boots?
I have no money.
Or do? What about trade?
Canari just throws up again.
Oh,
He snaps his fingers and prestidigitates it away.
Thanks.
And you go past that little scene and head to the captain's quarters. The doors open, and Barbarossa has a map. It has the land masses and such, but she's just kind of marking off the places that you've already been. Oh, you're all awake. Good morning. I'm just marking off where we've been, and hopefully that will help us get to where we need to be.
We can't go back to where we were. It doesn't work like that.
It does not. Funnily
Well,
enough,
there are.
So
what,
once you
three
hit
islands?
all the islands, what happens?
We found the treasure and everyone gets to go home happy.
if you get all the keys, then you find your way to the treasure. If you do not find them, the fog spits you out outside of the fog, and you must re-enter and do it all again. Now, is there anything I can do for you?
Just
All right.
came to check. No, it's fine, nothing.
Oh, sorry. Chores and tasks as usual until we get to the next island or wherever we might go. And then you will provide security once again. Now, who wants cigars?
Yes.
She goes over and she opens a box and she pulls out a cigar for Moxie and she pulls out a cigar for herself. She gets a little cigar clip and cuts the tip and then grabs a little lighter kind of thing. Lights hers, lights Moxie's. All right, get to work. And you will spend the next 4 days tending to the ship, doing what you need to do, getting together. Of course, 4 long rests with that. And then I need someone to roll me a d4. Who I think everyone's rolled so far.
I got it. That's a 2.
Ooh, okay. I'm very excited you got a 2.
I don't like that. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Go shit.
You burst through the fog after the 4th day, so the morning of the 5th day. And you see before you 3 large islands. And I will show you the island. Oh, I should have made these invisible, so that was random and fun. You are heading in from the north. So on your left, you see an island that seems to be completely created out of lava flows, and spiky, jagged, and it appears as though this is active volcanic activity. To your right, as you are coming down, you see an island that seems to be inhabited, a full town that seems to spread all across the islands. One big lighthouse that is shining around, and just a variety of different levels to this island, and you even see people walking around. They all appear to be human from a first glance. And then you see a massive island beyond that, with a lighthouse that it's almost like a sun, a little pinpoint of light just flashing, and you see the little shadow because it's still a little ways off. And you see that this island seems to be forested on the upper portions, but then the lower portions seems to be dry and arid. And you have found the islands of the Emerald Isles. And Barbarossa comes up to the top of the ship and calls you all up, after the whole land haul. And she tells you that we will be landing at the inhabited island. It is a peaceful island. It's called Moorhaven Village. Just an average village of people. Fishing is something that they do. There's a tavern. Everything you may need on the basic levels. Every so often they get traders and merchants through. There's a big church there, dedicated to the god Ilmater, and his domain really guides their way of life, as they're the last remaining people that live on these major islands full time, the last refuge of civilization. They do have some mining operations on the volcanic island, and they do travel to the large islands sometimes to take advantage of the resources that they have, but it can be pretty dangerous. So they do it sparingly. So, welcome to Emerald Isles, and welcome to Moorhaven Village. And please, if you want a human, make sure they all look like a human. Make sure not to do anything suspicious. You might want to disguise yourself. Not that they'll do anything violent or aggressive, but they are skeptical of anyone else that is not human that makes it onto the lands. Remnants of bias and feelings from the conflicts that would go on between the 4 different people groups of these islands. Dwarves, gnomes, and I don't know, elves around you, so...
I clasp my cloak front so you can't see the mechanical segments of my body. It's just the humanoid face. You think this will be sufficient?
Yeah, they might just think that you're a little weird.
Braenna stands on her tippy
It's
toes.
the snake, isn't it? Yeah, it's the snake. It's fine.
I can hide if you need me to.
No, you're part of the aesthetic.
Okay.
Some people might think that you just have flawless skin.
Thank you.
Yeah. But,
Braenna just stands on her tippy toes. This is about the best I can do. I feel like this might be a little giveaway, though. Maybe put my helmet on, then they can't see it.
it shouldn't be
Is that
too
gonna
big
help?
a problem if you don't do anything that raises the alarms or suspicions.
I'm not suspicious.
You're wearing a helmet right now that makes your eyes glow red.
Yeah, I maybe wouldn't wear that.
But it's so cool.
I know. I love it, but I'm not racist, so I don't think anything of it.
Is this gonna be a problem? Gestures at like all the cameras going like.
Yes.
Your whole deal? None of that.
I know that some of you have the ability to go invisible. That is an option. Or you
Wouldn't
can
that
just
be
risk
more
it.
suspicious if we's invisible and then they figure out that we're invisible and then they'll be like, "Why'd you invisible? That's suspicious."
They need to see you to know that you are there.
But like when people are walking around invisible, I notice sometimes there's footprints that are still there even when they're invisible, and I feel like that is suspicious.
This island's a lot of the pathways are brick and stone.
What if we just take some clothes and disguise Vrexil and he can ride the camel?
Oh, the camel.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have that
your
giant
camel.
camel that turns into a camel.
Think you have the camel.
What is the camel's maximum weight bearing?
I don't know. It's just a regular camel. And
Googling
it-
how much can camels carry?
And it can. Can a camel carry 300 pounds? Male camels weigh about 400 kilograms to 600 kilograms.
I
They
think
will
it's in the DMG.
be able to carry a maximum of 300 kilograms. 300 kilograms to pounds is 661.
Wait, we're gonna put a giant spider armor on top of a camel, and we think that's less suspicious?
Because you could look like some kind of like Aladdin prince guy, right? Like
According to the player's
Prince
handbook,
Ali, what is he
camels
thinking
can carry
about?
480 pounds in 5th edition
Still terrible, Dev. I disapprove.
What?
with a speed
You
of
know
50
what?
feet.
all I'm saying is that we just make it look like the camel is carrying like, you know, your seat and you, and we just disguise you a little bit.
Are
then you're
humans?
just a rich
If
guy.
you can get the armor to walk in
Yes.
perfect time underneath the camel, we could toss like a long blanket over it,
Short stack
and then you would
appears.
just have to.
Oh God.
He just like randomly. Hello.
Hey.
I
How's the
have-"
fishing going?
He's picking his nose. It's going well.
Yes, yes, you'll get that swordfish one day.
Yes. Anyway, I heard that you have a problem.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Well, I have a hat for that.
Oh.
He holds up a hat of disguise.
Oh.
I thought he mentioned like a really big hat.
I was like, French
your heart
Lord, he
out,
has a
Norma.
really big hat.
No, it looks like a just little like sailor hat, and it's like, this is worth 30 gold.
Can we borrow it? And bring it back? Can I give you
some
drugs?
collateral?
Well,
Collateral.
mean-
We'll do it.
I'm gonna put I mean, not to interrupt, but I do already have this spiffy new, and just kind of like tips the top hat, and it's like, it's kind of, there's just not room for another hat.
That is an ugly hat. This hat is gorgeous.
Wow.
Hey, that.
Ow.
How dare you!
You
I
have to
can
be
see
rude.
I'm not wanted.
But-
I
Wait,
think
wait. I do have a dwarf I need to disguise as well.
by
That's a
the
dwarf.
by the way, I was just curious on the Belt of Dwarvenkind for the last 4 days. The first 3 days,
Oh yeah.
10, 43, 18. This last one, 53.
Hey, beard.
I have a beard!
Wow. Just on the day that we really need you.
Really
to have
didn't
a
need.
beard.
I will give you this hat if you give me a day with your frog.
That's really weird.
How about this? You give me that hat and I will give you these gloves.
All right.
What are you going to do with my frog, good sir?
Play cards.
I have been teaching him cards.
He has told me.
Wait, what?
I cast message at the frog. And I can speak frog.
You know,
Blown.
She's just
I
gonna back
feel like
away.
Jerome might have a better home here with you, sir, who speaks frog.
No, he's not built for the sea life. Too much sun.
But you could.
He's
could
not
teach
an
him.
ocean frog.
That's what it takes.
But if
But
if you don't want
cut
if you don't want to if you don't want to leave Jerome here, I do have these gloves of missile snaring that
Yes.
I will take the hat and you take the
Yes.
gloves.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's hat. Give gloves.
Okay, it's mine forever now, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Gloves for feet. He takes off his boots and then puts them on his feet.
Yes.
And then
Well,
puts
now
the
you
boots
can
back
catch
on.
missiles with those feet.
That's exactly the point.
That's pretty cool. I guess it's a good idea for
Were
them.
those his boots that like help him stay upright? So does he just
Yeah, he
like
puts the
fall
boots back
over?
on.
Oh, over. Oh.
Over the gloves, yeah.
Oh. Oh,
Glove
toe
sock,
socks.
glove
Oh.
sock.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's still like a little bit of like loose, empty bit at each of them, so it looks like he has like feet. Like, not to interrupt this moment, but I myself, Lady Lixmora, and Lady Torinthis will be joining you in the town, since we're the only humans.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it seems now like we're just 4 humans with our, just really short friend.
Yes. I suppose it works. Now, when we are in this town, we need to be asking about the key, or at least its whereabouts, or if there are any lore or legend for it. Do you understand?
One moment before you do that. When we were at the Dwarven Island, Death
Yes.
didn't know anything about a key. I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
Death, not talking to you, but we're coming, and I'm going to insert myself into your conversation.
All right, I
We need
will
like
go.
little cards to show who we're talking to in any moment.
I will go prep with Lady Lexmora and Lady Trinthis, and we will be on the top of the ship as we dock. Everyone else will be below deck, of course. Lexmora, get your ass in gear. Fine.
Death didn't know about any key, right? When we talked to Argon, he didn't know about a key. Did he recognize the word key? I don't think a bunch of basic ass humans are gonna know what we mean when we say key. It might be worth looking more into an artifact or something of power. I don't know how far the word key is going to get us.
Do we want to fast track and just use divination?
Yes, so much. I don't want to waste any more time. We are so far behind other teams.
Yeah, it took us
Very
4 whole
interesting
days to get
thing.
here, and they said that more teams are already done at this place. Like, how did they do that?
Before we do that, we will take a 10-minute break. I am gonna go get crispy chicken from KFC, and we will be back.
I didn't know
At
there
some
was
point.
KFC, lady.
At some point in the future. 12
Look
minutes
for
or
it.
so.
Hello, we're back. And we just got to the islands of humans. And you are stepping off of the gangplank, walking down onto the docks. There's a dock master. There's a few other ships. They're not large because they're not going to be traveling in quite some distance. But
Braenna, by the way, is about 6 inches taller and slightly less beefy.
a little bit more of a human proportion.
Mm-hmm.
So everything seems to just be like a easygoing hub up here and there. Captain Barbarossa goes and talks to the dock master to just square everything away, hands him some coin, and she walks back to all of you. All right, we should be good.
Canari, would you like to start with the church?
Yeah, I might be able to get us a better read on where whatever treasure we're looking for might be.
If anyone would know, it would be the clergy.
Yep. And if they don't know, I might be able to pull some strings.
All right, everybody. I, Lady Trinthus, am gonna go perform at the tavern and see what happens. Goodbye. And then she like starts skipping off and pulls out her violin.
I start walking in the direction of the Temple to Ilmater. What do I know about that, like Ilmater as a deity and everything?
Yeah, so he is actually a pretty popular deity. Not because a lot of people try to like follow in his path or anything, but he's just someone that a lot of people that have suffered, that have been oppressed, persecuted, or gone through some sort of trial had to do some sort of test and endurance worship, because he is the symbol and the embodiment of that. And so, yeah, you know that he's like called the crying god, the broken god, the lord on the rack, the one who endures. And he's often depicted with lots of like wounds, sometimes chains, sometimes ropes, lots of different injuries, but he always seems to have a compassionate aura about him. So he is a good god. Good god. And his symbol are hands bound at the wrist with red cord. And so if you go to the D&D wiki and you look up Ilmater, you know all the stuff that's in there.
Sure. Is he what domains is he associated with? Like life,
And
peace,
Twilight.
maybe, and Twilight.
Mhm.
Oh, so would my
peace-
feature? So I have an acolyte. My background is acolyte, so I get the shelter of the faithful. Would that apply to? I mean, I know it's not a temple to Celestian, but like, is there any connection I could have with like the Twilight stuff, just to make things a little bit easier?
Yeah, I could say that. I would say that you are able to utilize that sort of connection, that relationship. Any deity can be like any domain, but those are life and Twilight are definitely his two major ones.
Cool.
According to the wiki.
Great. Cool. We go.
And the church is easy to see because it is one of those churches that was built tall with a tall spire at the top so that everyone can see it and you know where to go. And as you make your way, Vrexil, you use your top hat to do something, right?
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you said that you were going to use your top hat to disguise yourself or something.
Oh no, I just said I have a hat. I can't swap it for a different one because I like.
Oh, I was picturing.
Help
I
me.
thought you were going to use a major image to like turn yourself into like some like a little guy riding a donkey.
I could do that for 10 minutes.
It's true. That's true.
No, Vrexil is purely in the realm of I like this hat. Don't make me not wear this hat.
Vrexil, would you like to be invisible as we walk?
I mean, maybe that kind of takes a lot out of you, though, doesn't it? I mean,
No, absolutely does not.
Oh.
I get invisibility for free once a day.
well, once a day. Oh, okay,
I would gladly give it to you.
okay.
Gonna place my hand on Vrexil's shoulder and do the motion, and he just pops, armor and all.
All right, Vrexil's invisible.
You're invisible.
You hear small little clinks of the metal alloy spider legs against the stone. A small reminder that he is present. And you eventually make your way to the church. You pass by a sort of courtyard. The trees are lush and green, and the doors of the church are wide open. And you even see written in common, welcome to all who need refuge.
Unless you're not a human, then please leave.
Well, sometimes there is a difference between the between clergy and churches and how they treat outsiders versus like the general vibe of the town. But the xenophobia definitely is not something you want to worry about. You walk in. There are people. It almost looks like a Catholic cathedral with like pews, and there is a statue of the suffering God in front of everything. Lots of artwork. The church is made of wooden buttresses and stone architecture along the sides, and some of the priests are walking around. They all seem to have their hands in a position as if they are bound. They're not bound, but they hold them there. You probably think, since you're a cleric, a thing that the priests do as a reminder of their god, a sort of like religious tradition that they carry throughout. A short woman, about 5'3", walks up to you all. I don't know if anyone in this stream is 5'3" or less, but if you
Braenna,
apologize for
at the
saying
moment, in real life.
real life.
In real life.
Melissa, isn't your family like all like tall and?
I am the shortest of all my siblings at 5'6".
Okay.
My sisters are 5'8", 5'10", and my brother's 6'6".
I'm the
6'6".
tallest at 5'5", so.
Cool. Anyway,
Love it.
yeah, I remember your brother being tall. I'm like,
My brother is like a giant. It's crazy.
So she walks up and she holds her hands bound and she bows to you. Welcome to our church. You appear to be outsiders. Welcome to our little island. My name is Glenda. How can I help you?
It's very nice to meet you, Glenda. My name's Canari. These are all of my friends, and Moxie, Braenna, Umbran, Vrexil, and then our captain.
My friend Vrexil.
Nobody can see it, but Vrexil does like a this.
Oh, is the snake
Sorry.
named Vrexil?
Yes.
Yes.
It is the snake.
Cute. I sense that all of you have been through great suffering. Would you like to do a cleansing ceremony?
Potentially at another time. I was
Okay.
coming into on the ship that we are traveling in. We're looking for various artifacts and other items.
Oh, are
And-
you a treasure hunter who has
Uh,
come to the Emerald Isles to go to the large island to seek its treasures?
Yes, but we were hoping to find out any information that you might have, and in exchange, I can help with. I offer my assistance with any of the ceremonies that you need to carry out for the day as a member of the a similar domain to Ilmater's.
Yes. As evidenced by your robes, it is always nice to have another of faith. And it appears as though you have a faith yourself. Referring to Moxie.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Always good to have more around. Now, I am not particularly well versed in artifacts, in lore and such, but I can take you to Brother Zachary, and he can tell you a little bit more.
Lead the way.
All right. She bows and she turns and walks to a side door. Again, like a Catholic cathedral, there's like a side door that takes you to like the offices, and she leads you along, and you hear some screams coming from down the hallway. Oh, don't mind that. That's the cleansing ceremony. And then She turns to the right and then takes you to a wide double doors that are open, and there's a bishop-looking man who is sitting at a desk, and he's filling out some papers, and he actually appears to have his hands actually bound, and he's like drawing like that.
Before we do this, do I know what the cleansing ceremony entails?
Roll me a religion check.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was a natural 20 for a second. Religion. Why does this D4 always roll a 1? That's a 19.
It's essentially waterboarding, but voluntarily.
Oh God.
You must go through great suffering to be cleansed of the suffering of the past.
That is
Yeah, nothing helps suffering like more suffering.
So
Exactly.
Canari just thinks in her mind, it's like, how counterintuitive of the world of...
And
Oh.
if they are a particularly hard case, then we bring out the leeches.
Okay, hello, Brother Zachary.
Nothing suffering. Nothing
Uh,
makes the suffering like bloodletting.
My name is Canari.
Hello. I am Brother Zach.
Very nice to meet you. Glenda here was very kind and offered us the ability to come back and speak with you. We are looking for, we are treasure hunters, and we are looking for just to explore and to seek out what one of the treasures of the Emerald Isles is. And we were told that you would have some of that information, or at least some insight into the history of the islands here.
Take a seat. I shall tell you everything I know.
Oh, well, we're, sure.
Braenna shuts the door and then turns and looks. I'm so excited for story time. And
Braenna like finds a
there
chair, except
six
for
chairs.
so Braenna
in
finds
the-
it, except
in
for
the
she
room.
sits. She said it looks weird when she sits because she's 6 inches. Like she looks 6 inches taller, but she's not actually 6 inches taller. So, like when she's looking at Glinda, she's looking up, even though technically her eyes are looking down, because she's looking up from 4'8", but she's 5'4". At the illusion, I don't know. Anyways, I was just amused at this at the thought of that, of her looking up, even though her eyes are up here. So
Yeah.
she'd look. I don't know. I was amused. I had to share.
Are there bookshelves in this here room?
There are.
Vrexil's just gonna kind of casually skitter on over.
Ugh,
Just kind of peruse.
you're invisible.
Anything interesting?
Each of the titles is the suffering of Diagus Porkala, and then the tribulations of Zuzu and Ku, and it's just like all tales of like people suffering tribulations and terrible shit.
I'll leave those alone for now.
I don't want any of these books.
We as a people have suffered greatly. Ever since the fogs came in, our population has been reduced to this single isle. And we try to sustain ourselves as best as we can, but alas, if it were not for the mines on the volcanic island, otherwise known as the island of Yuri, we would not have the money to sustain ourselves.
Yeah, quick question. How
Yes.
daddy is this guy? I need to know how invested I am in what he's saying.
He's got jowls.
Okay,
And,
no, never mind. I was just making sure he wasn't daddy or anything.
yeah, like loose skin. If he like had his robes off and then like flapped his arms around and be like, blub, blub, blub.
But very much not paying attention to anything he's saying.
No, beyond the island of Fury, there is a tower that stands high above. It was once a place of academia, long abandoned, named New Feathers Academy. It trained those with the innate magical ability to control their gifts. It is very dangerous, and do not go there. I'm gonna drop little things when I talk about these. Where's the compass? Oh my god, there's so many. All right, this is what he's talking about. This little tower.
Okay.
Oh, so he has a map and he's like referring. He actually pulled a map down. No feathers.
Oh, no feather.
No feather.
Who else?
All right, and then there was another tower across the canyon. That is Shallow Dove's Academy. Here they taught natural magics and believed in being one with nature. Lots of druids and rangers. So I mean, these are places that treasure hunters often go because they wish to have the remnants of the magical academies, such as their spell scrolls and other magical items. And then near Shallow Dove's Academy is a fortress that has an armory that was once the armory of our people before we were forced into this town. There's a forge inside. Then there are some towns, 2 towns that used to exist on the main island before they were wiped out by a disease. The only thing that was found was the name Argadon, scratched into the stone of the villages.
That name sounds familiar.
The canyon in the center is called the Wastes. Very little water and many dangers. And then on the southern western point is the Temple of Ilmater. That is what we have for you to explore and discover. Now, is there anything else I can help you out with?
Of these, are any particularly imbued with magics of fire, perhaps?
That would be the Island of Fury with the volcanoes.
But none of the other towers, temples, the wastes have
The
fire.
only connection that I have is that to get into the heart of the Island of Fury, you must pass a test at the Temple of Ilmater.
At this Temple of Ilmater, or?
No, the one at the southern west portion of the large island.
Would it be
They
faster?
say,
Sorry.
What?
Would it be faster to like walk there from the top of the island or boat there from the boat?
it would be faster to boat. Because the island is full of many dangers and rocky hills.
We just boat around to this.
To the temple and then boat back over to the island.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't mean to do that with the marker, my bad.
You're fine.
I was trying to get this.
Moxie's
That-
already figured out where it is, don't worry. She's like, it's here, guys, let's go.
If Moxie had
That
done it, it'd be
is
like somewhere else.
true.
She'd be
There
like, "It's here."
is a lighthouse and docks that you can take a ship straight up to the shores, or you can stay anchor beyond the shores of the temple and take a small boat to the temple.
I guess that makes sense.
They say that in the heart of the Island of Fury is the Key of Flames.
Coco. Alright, I think we're good.
All right, bye.
Canari will just like feel a little poke in her ribs.
And you die.
It's a knife.
Constitution saving throw.
It's a knife.
Roll the- yeah. Canari will mind link with Vrexil.
They said they had to flee. What were they fleeing from?
Sorry, one last question before we go.
Yes.
When you said you had to flee the island and come to Moorhaven here, what were you fleeing from?
Firstly, the diseased people. If they touched you, you would receive the plague.
Didn't really have plagues work yet.
This was the only place where we could get those who were well away from the dangers. And unfortunately, we had to leave the rest of the people to be cleansed in pure agony and suffering. Their souls now suffering for eternity with matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about, really, is do we think that it's good that all this happened or bad? I don't really know your stance.
Oh.
Like, I'm
Oh,
confused.
fine.
There is purity in suffering, but it was very bad.
Okay. Then I'm sorry, that sucks.
That is okay.
Are there still like plague people there that we need to watch out for?
No, that was 80 years ago. They have
Well, then
all
why-
died out.
Then why have you not gone back?
That is because of the new dangers.
Plague not people?
No. The wastes have many dangerous creatures that have thrived over the last 80 years. The academies are plagued with living spells, gone wild, and the cities burned to ruin. The land scorched and
So-
infertile.
So plague non-people was right then?
What?
You said they're plagued with spells. That's plagued non-people.
They were. The spells
guess
are
technically-
alive, living. That was not the plague.
But
The plague was
But
the
the
people.
spells, the
Not
spells are
like
not
people.
plague, and they're not people.
Correct.
So there.
But they will
Don't
try
worry
to
about it.
kill you.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
okay.
So yeah, so I guess just taking a boat and maybe rowing over to the temple is probably our best bet.
Well, can we just go on our big boat instead of try and go on the little boat? Because rowing her all the way around the island might take a long time.
I meant from the boat.
From
Like-
the dock
like
on
our
the other
big
side
boat.
of the island. Take a rowboat from our boat.
I'm so confused today. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, they were saying that they could just anchor
As
like out
am
here.
I.
We anchor here, and then we go, and we take a rowboat, and then we go here.
I don't have
We
the map
avoid
up. That's
whatever hole this is.
Yeah.
I don't have the
a lot of
map up.
questions
That is
about
my
this
problem.
fish.
No more holes.
No more holes.
Well, statistically, it wouldn't be in another hole, duh.
Asked Featherfall.
We're 300 feet away from the ground.
Whoa. Did
Uh,
Glenda offer you the cleansing ceremony?
Yes, she did. We'll
Uh,
have to use it consider it at a different time. We're in a little bit of a rush today.
I'm positive we'll go through some traumatic events on our way there. When we come back, we'll get all cleansed up.
Getting
I'm actually good.
cleansed is good.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
thank you
believe
so
in
much.
suffering, so I'm gonna leave now.
Oh, I sense confusion about the eternal suffering.
But
It is pleasurable suffering.
Okay, well, thank you so much,
A
Brother
euphoric
Zachary.
ecstasy of orgasmic
but-
pleasure for all of eternity.
it's not peaceful, so
Vrexil's just gonna take one of the books off the shelf.
It's like, now I gotta know.
The words of his mother ring true in his ears.
Vrexil's first smut, and this is it.
Religious smut? Jeez. I grew up in a temple
Oh,
too,
no,
jeez.
it's a temple. Oh my god, a girl.
And the best part is nobody knows Vrexil has this, but he's just gonna be
Nope.
reading it at night. What?
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Let's get
Thank
back
you
on
so
the
much.
boat.
We must leave now.
Bye. We're leaving.
As you
No, thank you.
leave the cathedral, you hear down the street some commotion and some breaking of bottles, and then you see Lady Lixmora and Lady Trinthus get kicked out of the tavern.
Well, it seems like even better time to leave now.
Hey, we were
just-
thinking of leaving right now. You guys good with that? Leaving this specific.
I am good to
Specific
go
place.
with you wherever you want, no matter your height.
I'm gonna murder. I'm just gonna do just one murder.
Lady Trinthus just like
Just wanna do
smacks
one murder.
Lixmora. That is exactly why we just got kicked out of that tavern. Let's go back to the boat now.
It's fine.
We need to go down to the
I can't
other
take you.
island. Lady.
We have to
Oh.
pass it.
Captain Barbarossa like saunters out of the tavern and takes a drink of the beer and throws it on the ground and smashes
She's
it.
got a wench on either arm.
Yeah.
As she should.
Okay, well, just bring them along. I've got to go to the other island now.
No, actually, truth be told, like Captain Barbarossa's boo is Scalesy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this now. We walk and talk back to the boat. Once we're on back on the boat, Canari would want
I
to do a
see.
divination just to check, like, if all of this is the right plan. Like, go to Temple of Ilmater on the southern island, and then get to the Key of Flames on the Temple of Fury, on the Island of Fury.
Nick Fury. That's who we're going to find there.
You got to keep both eyes open.
He only has one.
Listen,
eye.
this isn't our first rodeo.
He's
It's
going to
our
be like,
second.
he's still going to have both eyes, and we're the reason he doesn't have the one later on.
Canari ritual
Lies.
destroys a book. Lights a match. SOS. Please.
We don't want to be Avengers. Get out of here.
Canari, do you have to do that in the middle of the street?
On the boat.
Oh,
the
okay.
I said
Well,
we walked and talked, and we're on the boat now.
Okay, we're on the boat, and you
We're on the boat.
light
It's going
a
fast.
book up. And what do you ask?
Oh. How do we get the Key of Flames?
And one of the pages emerges, and then floats down into your hands, and you see a temple before you. It takes up the entire page, and you see the bounded hand symbol kind of like watermarked in the background by flames. And then another page pops out, and you see a volcanic island and a cave entrance that leads deep into its core.
Okay, well, it was everything he said was true. Let's set sail.
Let's go.
And you just hear Lixmora and Trinthus arguing some more. And the red panda just starts looking around. And then its eyes fixate on where Vrexil's invisible form is. And then you all set sail. It actually takes a few hours just to get around and navigate. So it's probably around 3 p.m. when you just want to you just want to anchor. Well,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. Mm-hmm.
And I can just should I just row to shore when we get a boat?
Do you have a boat?
Do you have a
Do you
boat?
have a boat?
We have
This
a boat.
is a very poor pirate crew if you don't have a single rowboat. thingy.
So we have 3.
Can we use one
or
of the
can
boats?
someone like take us out there and then you can bring the boat back and then
We use-
Suddenly, Short Stack appears. I can help.
That's cool. Thank you.
And then he jumps up onto Moxie's back like a backpack.
Okay, so this is
Okay,
weird.
no, don't do that. There is an egg and a small person in there.
I have a lot going on right now.
There's a lot going on right now. No jumping on people.
Fine. Here. And then he looks at all of you, and he grabs some, like, he just pulls out this, like, little, like, water pouch, and then he squirts it and squirts all of you.
Thanks.
And you all have water walking cast on you.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Oh.
I actually prepared that spell today.
Why didn't you suggest that?
Well, I didn't know if we were doing it yet.
But yeah, and I mean,
I would've
now
gave you the boat.
used the spell slot.
I would have given, well, it's ritual cast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
yeah.
I would have given you a boat, just like been like, yeah, boat. But I'm also like, I want them to walk on the water. So you're walking
Okay,
on water.
so we Naruto run across the entire bay.
Okay, everyone, do it with me. You don't actually have to do it with me. 'Cause that's an embarrassment, I know.
I don't know how to do it, so
You get to the temple.
we just
I
run
don't know how
there.
to do it. We do
just
it. We get there. We're
we just
there.
need to like bully into fast travel.
Listen, we don't have time for this. We have to make a whole other stop other teams don't have to make. And who knows how long that'll be.
You get to the temple, and there seems to be an acropolis outside of it, and it seems to be just empty. It's almost oddly silent as you make your way up to the large open doorway of the temple inside.
So
Vrexil's,
you guys... Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, Vrexil's looking around for anything invisible, using the new robe.
There's nothing invisible other than a wall of invisible force that seems to be in the back of the temple. Behind a severely worn, beaten, and lacerated man who is sitting cross-legged in the center of this temple. His hands with cords that had been torn, and he just seems to be sitting there meditating.
And it's dude, wall, us.
No. So it's entrance, dude, wall, and then something behind the wall.
Gotcha.
Behind the wall, there's like another doorway that leads into a separate room.
Brain is back to her normal size now. I think.
Alright, so we found the god Illimar. Let's go see what's up. Illimatter.
You walk in?
I do.
Uh,
I stride in confidently and I make unwavering eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact. He raises his head. Well, I've been expecting you.
Thank you. We are here to perform your test.
Wonderful. I need one volunteer to
I'll
go
do
through great suffering in order to be worthy of my gift.
I will take the blow of suffering for my team. Someone hold my snake and frog.
He stands up and he approaches you and he holds his hand out for you to take.
I take it.
And then he just holds your hand and then leads you towards the invisible wall of force. And then he reaches out, taps it, and just a little doorway appears, according to what Vrexil can see. And you both step through, and Umbran and the avatar of the god Ilmater, steps into the dark back room. Inside, there appears to be lots of different statues and emblems of people who have gone through torturous tasks. It seems to be a very grand hall with just this emanating pressure all around you. And Ilmater leads you to the center, And he says, "Now sit."
I say,
He sits down, and then he holds his hands out for you to grab once again. The test is not to go through suffering, but to prove that you have gone through suffering. Now tell
Sure.
me, what suffering have you experienced in your life?
I suffer daily with these burdens that have been placed upon me.
What burdens would that be?
Expectations placed upon me from birth that I must live with. Every day I face challenges I wish no one would have to know. To be stared at like an abomination, a freak of nature, an affront to the gods themselves. I live with this every day.
He squeezes your hands a little bit tighter. You are not an affront to me, for my arms are open to everyone who has felt pain, anguish, hurt. Now, I must tell you, Umbran, Orion, that there is a plan for your suffering, and to trust your Lord.
My literal lord or my metaphysical lord?
Your literal Lord. Things are not what you think they are, little one. But not in the way that you would expect. That is all I can say.
Thank you for your kind words.
Now, there is one last part of this test.
Your Honor.
Will you use your suffering to have compassion for others who are suffering?
Yes, is only natural.
He releases your hands, and he waves his hand, and not four. There are 5 party members. And 3 animals. He gives you 8 potions of fire immunity.
Ooh.
This is what you need to get where you need to go.
Thank you. Your magnanimous has truly spoken to us.
Now, good luck, and tell no one of what this trial truly was. And then he
A secret to everyone. Go on.
leads you away towards the exit of this little temple, and then he just gestures for you to keep walking, and the invisible wall of force opens up as you approach to let you through. And you return to all of your friends who think you just went through a great trial of suffering.
How are you feeling?
I have never known pain. It is excruciating. I do not know how you all do this every day.
No, you get used to it.
Do you feel cleansed?
I feel orgasmic. They were right at the church. We have to go back.
Wait, I don't.
Wow.
Maybe it's good you don't feel pain then on a regular basis. I don't know what's happening anymore. So
Don't worry, I lied through my teeth. Let's go.
I'll
Every time I
ritually
said
cast
something, I was
water
biting
walk on
back
all
my
of us.
tongue and I'm like, would you like me to make a deception check? But I didn't, but I wanted to. Let's go. I've
Y'all
got
get back to the water?
potion
Yeah.
of fire immunity.
oh
And
okay.
you walk across.
Yep.
You
we
go
still
back to
have
the
time?
boat. Yeah, you do. It doesn't take that long.
And I
And I managed to snag us 3 extra potions of fire immunity.
It was for the snake, Jerome, and the constable.
I'm gonna let him in on a little secret. You can leave your animals on the boat. You don't have to take them into the dungeons with you.
Constable goes with me everywhere.
he's just still holding the egg.
Yeah.
But do you know how much these sell for? I do. This is a pretty penny. Especially
Well-
considering we are broke.
I mean, I have a couple of pennies I could give you if it's. I don't know how beautiful they are, but
No, Moxie, my darling.
Uh,
It's worth a lot of money.
not to interrupt this moment, but are you all okay with heading to the island of Yuri?
yeah.
Wonderful. So it takes a few more hours. It's actually close to nighttime as you get to the actual island of Fury. Captain Barbarossa asks if you want to spend the night on the ship, go straight onto the island and not worry about like resting for now. You don't really know how long it'll take to get to like the core of this place to find the key, or we can go back into the village and find a nice cozy little inn.
I don't know. I mean, I think we could just dock and then like get out first thing in the morning, right?
That is up
Unless
to you.
we do want to do a little more recon to see if we can find out what terrible monster is in the volcano that we're gonna fight.
Actually, Team Genie already mentioned something about it.
Oh, I thought they had the water or the air.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
either
they
it was
had
either
the
Team
air.
Genie or Team Phoenix.
Team
I
Phoenix hasn't called and or talked to us.
I remember someone telling you about this island.
Was it Team Empyrean? Like, what's his name?
Scorned.
Yeah, was it Scorned?
Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to.
But it was like a very like short like one-off thing, so I'm okay with y'all going in blind.
I mean, I can cast
What's her
divination
name?
tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
I guess Phoenix did say be prepared for a volcano. That's all I got.
Team Phoenix hates us and hopes we die in this volcano.
I don't think
Yes.
so. They said they had been to when we talked to them. It looks like back when we had just found the dwarves or we were headed down there. I have that Phoenix said there were 3 islands, be prepared for a volcano. They'd only had 1 key at the time. And then it said deadly construct, question mark is what I wrote, because I don't think I got everything down, so.
Do we want to go down?
I'm
Long
gonna
rest.
I'm gonna go down.
Long rest.
Sure. I guess we are taking a long rest on the boat then.
Well, I mean, you did,
Wait,
unless you wanted to go back into the village, because it
Yeah.
is late, and it also gives you a chance to prepare spells for potential combat situation.
Yeah. I say let's just stay on the boat and then set out first thing in the morning.
Seems fine. I hate to have to waste the time, but as we must.
All right. Go to sleep. You wake up the next morning.
Oh.
And
1 second.
yes.
That's 84. I got a beard.
You got that beard.
You. God, this build is the best. I love it so much.
I'm going to go find Short Stack.
Hello. He just
You
appears next
speak
to you.
frog?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. I need you to take care of Jerome. His name is Jerome.
I know.
Be kind to him. Don't teach him anything evil. There
Okay.
you go. He is a terror, but enjoy.
Okay. Come along, Jerome. I must teach you the art of war.
That's a joke.
Maybe he'll eat him.
That was just a bit for me. No, he'll take good care of Jerome. Trust me. Now,
Were
you all
any of the
exit-
other animals staying, or was that?
Oh
Just
yeah. So I think Moxie would like set her bag down, or like one of her bags, and get the constable in there, and then, I guess when she could talk to him, she probably also would have like checked to see if he could understand what she was saying at least. When she could still speak Sylvan, does he understand? No, he doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Oh, if you had asked him that, he would
Yeah.
say he gets the gist sometimes, but
Okay.
it's hard.
Okay, so
Like a
gosh.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay, so Moxie's gonna just be like, "Stay here, I'll be back." And she'll give him some like sand rocks that I think she probably also picked up while at the temple.
Yeah.
Trying out new rocks, I guess, just to see.
He seems to be happy.
Sick.
And you leave the ship and you get to the opening of a mine that leads into the volcano.
Can I roll a stoneworking check on it?
Yeah, sure.
Just to make sure that everything seems kosher.
Mhm.
Remind myself how that works. Raise your
Know what-
feet, stone cutting,
What to take?
double proficiency. So that's a dirty 20.
All right. The mine and the stonework of it is almost offensive to your dwarven
Mhm.
standards because it was done by humans who always tend to do things the cheapest way possible. And so there's definitely corners cut, and there was no time, care, and love put into the stonework of this mine.
Gosh, some people's kids, man, they don't even know how to cut a mine properly. Be careful, guys. This is not done very well. I'll keep an eye out to make sure it's not going to fall in on us and stuff, but it could any moment because this is pretty shit. And Braenna, keep an eye out to make sure that all the supports and things are actually good and whatnot.
Right. All right. So it appears
as
as
the heat
though
starts to rise, I am going to use an action to temporarily dismiss my familiar. So it just waits in its little pocket dimension.
Mhm.
Just to make sure Velvet doesn't get crisped.
I will return.
Yes, I know you will return. I will call for you when we get to more watery bits.
I will miss you.
Yeah, I will miss you too, darling.
and then psh, actually I'll have it slither back into your hand tattoo. And then the tattoo is just there like waiting for it to be come back. It's not a spell anymore, but it's your link. All right. You will venture. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna cast I'll do a ritual casting of water walk because that lets us walk across molten lava.
It does.
Ooh.
So even, I mean, we'll still be immune, but like, figure if we need to do. It's there.
Good idea.
As you go into the mine, at first, it feels as though you don't have to worry about the heat. The mine seems to be... The actual mine shafts are hot, but definitely not like, oh, you're gonna die kind of hot. But then you get to the end of the mine, where sort of the stonework and the build of this mine ends, and there seems to just be a large crack in the wall, and this crack has a plume of heat coming out of it. The end of the line for the mine, the beginning of the deadly volcanic innards.
Is that where we have to go?
Is it the only place we can go with that? Maybe we need
Canari
the...
holds up the card.
maybe we need the, that looks like pretty hot fire. Perhaps we need those potions.
Quick potions check. Can I, alchemy, sorry. Quick alchemy check. Can I figure out how long these potions last for?
Yes, roll me an alchemy check. Alchemy supplies.
14?
You think that they'll probably last around an hour, based on viscosity and volume.
I hand one out to everyone. Whatever we think is the correct time, I cannot tell what the temperature is. Leave that up to you.
The flesh beings, when you get close to this crack, it's almost like you're standing in front of an open oven or like holding your hand over a stovetop burner.
Feels like it might be now-ish.
Feels like that's the time. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. You all clink them together.
Shot.
It's cherry flavored. Just kidding. It actually
Yeah.
tastes like rock
Burning.
and stone and
Does this like Red Hots?
Red Hots, yeah.
Sriracha sauce.
Sriracha sauce.
Steam comes out of Canari's ears. Since these last an hour, I might as well do this now. Canari will look at Braenna and Moxie and be like, okay, which one of you doesn't want to deal with any difficult terrain?
I don't want to.
Cool. I'm gonna touch you and cast Freedom of Movement.
Oh.
So for an hour, your movement speed is unaffected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects can neither reduce your speed nor cause your target to be paralyzed or restrained. You can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles, or a creature that has it grappled. And then finally, if we were underwater, that poses no penalties on your movement or attacks.
Oh.
So definitely preparing this when we go underwater.
Let's go.
Now, I have a question for Canari,
Yes.
who has Vigilant Blessing.
Canari would put that on herself,
All right.
because I suck at rolls.
There you go. That's what we love.
You drink the potions and you duck into this crack in the wall, and what felt like an overwhelming heat now feels like a comfortable sort of like sauna. Like you're just like, oh, okay, this is good for my skin. If I had
Just like the Forge at home, it's fine. We're good to go.
Yeah, you're still sweating, but like you're definitely not taking any damage, and you can breathe normally. Even though it's probably toxic gas because of volcanoes and shit, but that doesn't matter here. Surprise, you also need a potion of poison immunity. JK. You begin leading yourself along this path, and eventually it opens up to this portion of the underground realm of the volcano that has dark stone bridges and then volcanic waterfalls that are just pouring across the side. The bridge seems to be created by something long ago, but there's volcanic activity everywhere. Lava is is it lava or magma that's inside?
Magma's
Magma's
you know?
inside.
underground.
Magma's inside. Yuri knows everything, so magma is just streaming, and there's rivers and such, and this bridge is just a little bit above the lava or the magma. You keep walking. It smells funky, like the sulfur and such. It's just ooh, not good. And then you get to a portion that sort of opens up, but then there's different cracks along the path in front of you, and there's vents, or there's geysers of like steam that are shooting out every so often of these almost like zits on the ground. Portions of this little place also have different little ponds or pockets of lava, which you don't need to worry about because you have water walking and fire immunity. So you just kind of just like strut through, avoid the like blistering geysers, not because they'll hurt you, but because, you know, one will probably shoot you up, and that'll be embarrassing. You don't want to do that.
Or
Unless you
fun
want to.
if you time
just-
it correctly, but
Braenna's like, shield, sit on shield, sit on geyser. You're like, no,
Profit.
that'll waste time. And then you get to an archway that seems to have also been built by something long ago. And there are runes along the side of some indiscernible language or ancient hieroglyphics or something. And it appears as though this is a chamber that leads somewhere. However, you do notice at the top that there is a symbol of a key. You're in the right place.
So there's like a chamber with a
It's an
door,
arch. Yeah, it's
Like-
a big archway, and then it continues. It's just like
like with
this
the,
is-
but
this
there's
is
like the
chamber.
key. There's like a key over the top of the arch or something. Is that what you're saying?
Like a carving of a key,
That-
like a
yeah.
symbol. Yeah.
Well, I
so the
feel
key
like
is somewhere here.
yes, I feel like that one may be the way to go. Just a wild
Any
guess.
last minute preparations we would like to do?
Water walk is still good.
Is
I-
water rock concentration?
Nope. That's not concentration. Neither is freedom of movement. Neither is like. How many other buffs did I cast?
Vigilant blessing.
Yeah, no. None of this is concentration, which is absurd.
Did you pick up aid this time?
Oh, that's a good point. I will cast aid on. Thank you for that reminder. I'm gonna cast aid on Moxie, Braenna, and I'll cast it on Umbran too.
Oh.
So everybody get 5 increase of 5 to their hit point max and current hit points. And then I'll
If we're finding a construct, I'm a little worried they're going to be resistant to psychic damage. So I'm not going to cast Shadow Blade. I'll just make do with what spells I have.
I mean, if I can get its arcane core, I could potentially dispel magic on it. And
I've done that before, and it has worked.
so if it works, I can do that. Otherwise, I'll throw up Spirit Guardians and the Twilight Sanctuary.
Do we have a Soren today?
No, we do not.
Okay.
Should I put warding bond on anyone? It lasts an hour, and I can do it for free.
Anyone want warding back? Going once, going twice.
I mean, I don't need it, but I'd say either Vrexil or Canari.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be too all up in it this fight. I think I'll stay back and see what I can do with my casting.
Make sure to take down everything that you're doing and like prepping and
Yeah,
whatever,
because it is 5 to
because
10.
We're almost done with tonight. So.
Yeah.
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 I'll figure out if
don't
I
you mean
put
5
wording.
to 11?
Look,
No.
it's 5 minutes to 8, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You enter this domed chamber that seems to be surrounded by lava, steaming hot or magma, steaming stone and smoky rocks surround a statue that is holding a key in its hands. And as you pass the threshold, you hear the whirring of blades, the clinking of metal, and you see what I just posted in handouts emerge from the lava ground. It is sending. Apparently my internet was unstable or something. They are the Gearkeeper constructs from Critical Roles, Campaign 2. Oh, two of them rise up. Mm-hmm.
What?
That were like
Oh, like Hopper Duke?
guarding the prisons, and the dude made it. Yep, and you hear the as it rises up out of the thing.
That
It
is the
looks
like-
world's worst golden snitch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is the golden snitch that nobody wants to catch.
The golden snitch that catches you.
Vrexil wants to catch this thing so bad.
Rex was like, guys, I'm gonna strap it to my armor.
This is like, yes, all I've ever wanted.
They appear to be just wearing bladed balls of doom and death, and they're immune to fire because they rose up out of the magma without any issue.
Makes sense.
Braenna would not be in the back. Let's see.
Yeah, everyone can position where they want to go, just like in that little area.
Get everybody from here. Nope. Got
And wherever you place yourselves, that is where we will start next time, and we will roll initiative next time.
what got there.
Oh, that's what I should do.
So you are now
I remember that.
about to fight a battle for the Key of Fire. And we will pick up next time. Next Wednesday. February 2nd.
Crazy. So, don't forget, back here Monday night, 7
Oh,
p.m. My channel,
Should I
Friday
be there?
night.
I
If
might
you
be
want to
there.
watch some Critical Role with me.
I will not be able to make it.
I will be playing Legends Arceus, but I can do that while watching. No, I'll be playing D&D at 9. What time are you gonna do it?
7 CST.
Oh, okay. That's 8 for me, so I should be able to watch a couple.
No, it'll be
Do you
fun.
know if they're 30-minute episodes or hour long?
I think they're 30. But to be able to use the watch party, you do have to have a Prime account associated with
I do.
your Twitch account. Just
Okay.
an FYI. But it's fun. So there's that, and the other thing, and come back here, and follow us on the socials. What else? Oh, thanks so much for watching.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
I mean, if anyone is watching, make sure to go to FO Vespasara.
Vespasara.
Yeah, FO Vespasara. Just gonna type it in there. FO Vespasara, and give it a follow and retweet the character art.
Yes, because it's been fun.
Yeah,
We
so
still
not
have 3 more.
Tomorrow, but the day after, you'll get to see my character, and then the day after that, you'll get to see Wyatt's character.
Yes.
If you want to see who we're playing.
Because I'm doing them in alphabetical order for no favoritism. I was like,
I chose a name with the Z.
Just so the new people get theirs out first. Wyatt and I did this on purpose.
Intentionally.
well, I was like, oh god, how do I decide which one to do first? I don't know. Alphabet. That works.
My last name starts with a W, so in school they would always do alphabetical order for like everything, and I would always be like last. It would be me
Always in
and
the
then
middle.
Sam Willman. Always right next to each other. That's such a basic name though that like if you look up Sam Willman, you'll probably find a lot of people. So I feel comfortable sharing the name. I won't tell you Eddie's last name, but it does start with a W.
Oh,
Anyways.
Why are we doxing people on Twitch right now?
Anyways, thanks so
I need
much
you
for
guys to
watching.
Go find this asshole on Twitter.
We
Hey,
greatly
Melissa,
appreciate
I have a
you.
question
Yes.
for you though.
Yes.
Before we log off.
Okay.
That tiny army of tiny robots that are wandering the village.
Yes.
Are these Gearkeeper constructs their mom and dad? And
Maybe.
those
No, I
are
mean,
all their
it's
little babies.
I mean, who knows? It's a mystery.
I'm just being silly. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Okay, good
thanks
night,
everyone so much for
everyone.
watching. Follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Bye.